Yeah. And we're live! Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody! Do you like my tie? Welcome. My name's Tamara. With me, I have special guest, Burgess. Say hi to the peoples.
Hello, it's Burgess Taylor. How are you? Happy St. Patrick's Day.
I hope that everyone is having a great day. I hope that you're ready to write a bunch of words because I am, whoop whoop, I am so excited. Now that I can open my mouth and it doesn't hurt unless I stretch it too far. But Burgess, you had dental work too. It's just been a rough couple of weeks.
Yes.
So I'm going to tweet out the link and share it on Facebook. And
what I'm doing to you.
Oh my goodness. So I haven't written anything in a week until yesterday. Yesterday I finally edited and rewrote a chapter for Blood Roses, and it felt really good. It was so good. I'm definitely a writer who has kind of problems initially getting motivated and going, but man, when I'm not writing, just unable to for whatever reason, it really sucks. It's different if you've decided, well, I'm just only gonna write a couple words today, rather than, oh my gosh, my whole body hurts and my face is dying. I can't possibly write anything.
I've been writing little tiny snippets of ideas, but nothing really worth writing home about.
Yeah. Today's Amy's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Amy.
I'm gonna invite her to write with us. Let's see. That means she's in. Is she a Pisces or an Aries?
She'll be Pisces, I believe, until the 21st or the 22nd or the 20th, somewhere between the 20th and the 23rd of each month is when it switches.
Pisces makes sense to her and her dress. It's very romantic. All right, let's see.
21st, yes.
I bet you she has Aries in her chart. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me shut up.
Well, as someone who is a Cancer is my sun sign, Leo is my rising sign, and Aquarius is my moon sign. Yeah.
Sagittarius is my sun, Pisces is my moon, and Scorpio is my rising.
Oh, wow. No wonder I love you so much.
I'm fun.
That's
and
right.
a little emotional.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Sky. She said that that she found our chat, but it didn't pop up in the subscription box.
That's happening a lot with the live chats. I just watched a video by Roberto Blake about live streaming, and one of the problems that YouTube is having, they've almost fixed the demonetization problem, the analytics stuff, but now they're having problems with notifications.
Of course.
Of course.
Because why not?
It never ends.
Well, but yeah, it's always something, and I just feel like the people who have larger audiences, they're just, I don't know. Like I feel like I always get their alerts, at least for live streams. You know, not necessarily for their videos in general. That's still a crapshoot.
Yeah, I've noticed that I get notification. I'm subscribed to people of all different kinds of viewership, subscriber, follower, and I noticed that I get a lot more notifications for people who go live that have a lot more subscribers than the lower. It's just, but I don't want to get into any conspiracy theory stuff.
There's plenty.
Yeah, I'm not going to go there.
Let's see. Ooh, I could always open up my Scrivener. And that's a good idea. How does this microphone sound? This is my old mic that I used to use.
That actually sounds good.
Excellent. I love it. It's one of those snowball mics that looks like I don't know, it always reminds me of some like otherworldly globe thing.
I love those. I've been wanting one of those for a long while now.
I really like them. They're like a lower end version of a Blue Yeti.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind having one of those, but like I told you, I've got to get one that will connect to a USB port.
I think the Blue Yeti connects to USB, and this one definitely does. This snowball. All right, Scrivener is open.
I'm still writing by hand.
Right on. Right on. Let me find my timer.
I just ordered one of those.
What?
A little timer. A little frog timer from Amazon, as a matter of fact.
Cute.
Because I can use the phone, but I don't want the phone always hooked up to everything, you know? I mean, I don't want to be reliant on the phone for all this, everything. And I was thinking, I'm about to start tracking my time. And so I thought, like, as far as like trying to get more in sync with what I'm doing and not procrastinating and spending extra time on social media that I don't need to be doing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And the only way to do that, unfortunately, is to time like certain things. Like if I get on, say, YouTube and I'm watching videos, I can give myself a certain amount of time. And then once that time is up, it's time for me my break is over, my social media hiatus, and then it's time to get back to work. And so I need to get back to writing, or for Camp NaNoWriMo, when we do timed writing, I'd like to be able to have something that will zing without me having a phone. Like I turn my phone off when we do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's off, like it's not even on vibrate. It's on where it's silent. And I don't want to cut it on for the alarm and then have all of a sudden a bunch of notifications turn up. So I thought, well, maybe the best thing I could do is just order a little $6 timer, and it's a cute little it's like almost like a little kid one. Looks like a little green frog.
Cute.
And yeah, but that makes sense, I think, because when we do the write-ins during camp, we're doing them for 15 or 20 minutes usually. Every now and again, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. But I can't always do my write-ins with you. I mean, I need to eventually get my big girl panties on and do some more write-ins by myself, get up here, be brave and do it by myself.
Well, even if you don't want to do it by yourself, I'll come and hang out with you. If you want, you know what I mean? If you want a friend with you, I'm here.
She said, Rand San, I don't know if you're male or female, says they use a kitchen timer and it's a honeybee. See, I'm not the only one. I don't even have a kitchen timer. My old stove had one. This one does not. So I can actually just take my little green frog and go in the kitchen and set the timer. Or if I'm cooking, a lot of times I'll be cooking while I'm in here, and I can set the timer for that when I'm not doing other things with the timer, you know? So maybe I'll end up, maybe if it works really well, I'll end up ordering a second one, and that one will stay in the kitchen. But for now, I think it's a really good move for me because I know with ADHD, I get distracted. And if I have a timer set, I am much more likely to get focused back in, you know.
SD asked, what are we going to be writing on today? Well, today I am going to be writing on my cozy mystery that is, as of yet, still unnamed. It's just cozy mystery. What are you going to be writing on, Burgess?
I am actually working on some of the more of the outline stuff for the Witchy Business novel.
Wonderful. What are y'all working on? Let us know in the comments. And let's start writing in 10 minutes, and we'll go for 20 minutes, a 20-minute sprint, so that we can get some work going, get some stuff happening. I feel like there's just wires all over me right now. Like I need to clean this desk. After this live stream, I'm cleaning this desk. I should have did it beforehand.
You're not the only one. And then to make matters worse, I brought my extra coffee in here and my little coffee, and I have my green mug for St. Patrick's Day that I got sent in the Happy Mail. I have my coffee warmer on, but so I didn't have to keep going back in the kitchen. I made myself some extra in my husband's Reese cup mug. And when I went to pour it in my little mug, I spilled some on my desk. I'm like, so I just got finished cleaning it up.
Oh my goodness. All right.
She said, I began using the app Amy uses, Focus it as timers, and you can grow some trees.
Yeah, the Forest app. I use it too. I use it on my laptop and on my phone. And so that when I am writing, I can go ahead and block out all the social media on my laptop, but I can still do research if I need to. And on my phone, it just totally locks it down. It's just like, nope, nothing. So, and then you can set it for different time periods. Generally, I'll set it for an hour, for hour time blocks.
I'll check out the app.
It's cute. It's cute and it's free, and you can grow little trees.
Grow trees. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Like, I have it on my laptop on my Chrome. It's what is it called? A little add-on.
An extension.
Yeah, extension. Thank you. Couldn't think of the word, but yeah, it's free, and I think that you can like put tokens on it and buy different kinds of trees and this, that, and the other. But I really don't care about that. I'm just, I'm just trying not to waste my time when I should be writing.
So we have people working on novels for camp, people working on outlines, people thinking about doing things for submission, and then saying that they hope so because she's itching to continue her usual project. I guess 2 people are doing Baba Yaga stories. I might be pronouncing that wrong.
I think that's correct.
Not useful when you're on a live stream, though. Oh. Well, if it has an app on Chrome and I can put it on Chrome and do the timer, I can do that because most of the time I'm in here on the desktop. Unfortunately, for most things, I am limited to the desktop because, yeah. But I want to be able to sit down and handwrite, and I can use the timer, or to be elsewhere in the house when I'm handwriting, or I can use the laptop. I just can't really, and Scrivener. So I like having the idea of having more than one way to sort of, check myself with time.
It's a good idea.
I find that if I write in spurts, when like what we do for the writing sprints, it works a lot better for me. It works a lot better for me when I can write in spurts like that.
I think that with me, I like doing the writing sprints as kind of a way to get me into writing for the day. So, like right now, it's 1:30 here, and this is the first time I'm writing anything. So after we're done with this, I'm going to transfer over to Blood Roses and do revisions, but I'll have already primed my pump, so to speak. Kind of gets me in the good head place, gets me going. I have a few friends and we do writing sprints that are just like in between us. And when you're not in the mood to write, but you know that you need to because you have like something that you want to finish or you need to finish, um, doing those writing sprints, it's just really helpful. I'm not even sure why, but there's something about it. And I'll find myself the first writing sprint, I won't write as much, but as I progress, I'll be writing more and more until finally I'm kind of ignoring the time and just writing. And that's when the good stuff happens.
If I get into the zone, and once I get past the 15 or 20 minutes, once I get past the spurt, if I'm not actually doing a writing sprint with others and it's just me, and if I get into the zone and I don't have anything that's like super a priority, like if there's nothing burning in the kitchen, I don't have to worry about anything like that, I'll continue to write for as long as I'm in the zone if I can. But I find that if I can do some of those writing kind of sprints, do the spurts of writing, like you said, it does get me in the mood and more in the zone to write.
4 more minutes, then we're gonna throw ourselves into the writing. I'm so excited.
Me too.
I hope you guys in the chat are having a great day. My Baba Yaga story isn't going to be long enough. How long does it need to be, Sarah? Is everyone in the chat doing Camp Nano? I'm definitely doing it. And I'll be doing the weekly live streams. And I might do something different with the live streams for camp. I haven't figured it out yet. I was just kind of brainstorming last night. But I might do something a little bit different for the weekly live streams for camp. And I'll probably maybe do a weekly vlog. Maybe. I'm not that great with vlogging though. So we'll see. I try, but I'm a little iffy on it.
She said it needs to be 5,000. It's going to be like 4. She's going to do camp for editing some stuff. She hasn't figured out what her goals are yet. Bring on camp. Sky's working on the urban fantasy modern day witch familiars novel. Not sure about Camp Nano, Dorothea said. I'm doing camp and I've got the cabin open. Still have some room, but I think for now I've got it at 30,000 for my goal, but I might drop that to 25. But I don't want to have lower goals than what I think I really can achieve, but I don't want to set them too high either. So I don't know. I'm still in that. What do I need to do? Get all the words. Get all the words. I need to get all the words.
I set mine like absurdly high. I think I set it to 70,000, but That's because I have two novellas that I want to complete their drafts for next month. So we'll see. We'll see. It might work out. It might not. But I'm going to try regardless. Okay, 1 minute. And then I'm pressing this sweet, sweet timer. And we'll write for 20 to start off.
Okay, sounds good.
Why is the one last minute always the longest minute in the world? It takes so long for the
Unless,
minutes to change.
yes.
I'm so impatient anyway, so I just want to ignore it. So anyway, what we'll do is we'll write for the 20 minutes and then come back. You guys can share how many words you wrote or your favorite thing that you wrote or whatever. And let's start now. Good hunting. Happy writing. We'll chat again in about 20. Time's up. 20 minutes down. Let's see. I did more kind of plotting than writing because I am a plotster, the plotter pantser hybrid. So I don't have a clear view of what's going to happen next. So I'm kind of plotting what I want to happen next and then writing it and then plotting and writing. So that's kind of what I do. But let's see, did I have, my protagonist, Issa, she said to her ex, "You're too pretty to be in jail." And it made me giggle. What did you get done? Or was there anything that you really liked that you wrote?
I got about 350 words. I do like where I'm heading. Awesome. What I'm doing is writing summaries, some ideas of the chapters, at least the first few, so that I have a better idea of where I'm going with the novel. And then what I'm going to do, so I'm writing like, I don't know, 4 or 5 pages handwritten for each chapter of just kind of what I want to go on in the story. And I'm going to do that for maybe the first 3 or 4 chapters, and then the actual 3 or 4 pages worth. And then after that, I think I'm just going to write like 1 page worth of summary for each chapter of like what I kind of figure will happen. I mean, so it's subject to change and it can change. I do an average. I count how many I've written on 1 page that's a full page. And I usually get, depending on how I'm writing, like how little I write, like which is why I do it every single time. Because like when I was writing here versus when I'm writing here, it's probably a little bit different. So I will take however many words I've got on that page, which is about 120 here. On the bigger paper, sometimes I can get like 200 words when I write smaller, and 250, just really depends. So, and then I'll average it out. Like the next, I'll either count 2 pages and then take the average of those 2, or I'll just take however much is on 1 page and then guess to mate. Because right now it's just more or less, I mean, it doesn't really matter how many words I write. It's that I'm writing. So this part's not a big deal. When I'm actually counting handwritten words for NaNoWriMo, I count how much I write for 3 pages and then take the average.
Let's see. Sarah has edited 17 pages and set up her camp. Awesome. Unicorn Hunter Books wrote 300 words. Excellent. SD wrote 278 words. And the start of her Baba Yaga story. Awesome. Stephanie Chapman almost wrote a whole page. Argument scenes suck. They can't be hard. Shannon, 350 words of character building. Excellent. Randstand, 82, 410 words. Not bad considering I had to look up a couple words as I typed. I wish I could type a bit more stream of consciousness, but that doesn't work for me. Now you have to do anything that works for you, of course. I was trying, I don't know if the camera was looking at me or not, but I was trying to figure out like how I would describe his kind of half smirk, but smirk sounded too smug and it wasn't quite a grimace. But I didn't look it up. I'll put an asterisk beside it. I'll look it up later. Dorothea, 700 words, just ideas. Hey, ideas are the beginning of the story.
Yes, and 700 words is good. It's a lot of good ideas.
Unicorn Hunter Books, I'm adding a scene that makes this part of the story make so much more sense. Isn't that satisfying? When you like figure out the thing that was missing to connect the other things. I love that. It's like my favorite.
I like it when it's all when you get that moment when you go ah, because it's like all sort of coming together.
Mm-hmm. That's good stuff. Muy bueno. I'm sorry if you guys hear any loud crashes or thunks, but for some reason they're doing construction in the apartment next door on a Saturday. I don't know why. So while we were doing the writing sprint, I muted my mic because it got like especially loud. Of course. Since the microphone's working, the camera's working, there's got to be something to go wrong.
Like, always. And I'm actually kind of glad it's the weekend because the guy that lives next door to me, he's been bringing the big truck home, and he drives an 18-wheeler. And I was in the middle of filming the other day. Finally, when I finally got to the point where I could talk, I was doing a voiceover. And all of a sudden, I heard this beep, 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 really loud, the backup sound.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Of course.
It takes them a few minutes to back in. And he's backing into his yard just to make sure he doesn't hit his mailbox or his house. And it's a kind of a tight space. I'm like,
oh, man.
So I just hit pause, waited. I was like,
I record before my mouth really kicked into overdrive and was absolutely killing me. I recorded a video, and it was how to start an AuthorTuber channel, because Hannah, during one of these live streams, asked me if I would do that. And I was like, sure, no problem. And I did the whole thing. And then I went to edit it, and the entire audio was just crap because it was like monsoon raining outside, and you could hear all of it, and it was louder than me, and you could also hear like the neighbors' kids yelling. It was just like everything. I was like, why? So this weekend I'm going to re-record it.
The planes. Now I sound like Fantasy Island.
The plane, boss, the planes.
We live 10 minutes maybe from the Air Force Base here. And so they're always flying. And we're not talking about like the cargo planes. We're talking about the bombers. They're doing their practice stuff over here. And yeah, I'll get to going, and it's always. Yes, there's always something that goes wrong.
Yeah, this is a fairly small island, so everything feels like it's really close. So there was this one day that there was this airplane. I don't know what they were doing. They were flying way too low, and it made the building shake. And I was like, I don't know. And I was just kind of like Fred Sanford. I was like, oh no, it's the big one. It's the big one. And it was probably 7:30 in the morning, and the math magician's sleeping, and I'm like shaking him because he sleeps. He really does sleep like the dead. So I'm shaking him, and I'm like, I think that we need to take cover. I was like, something's happening. I don't know what's happening. We need to take cover. And he's like, oh no, everything's fine. It's fine. Goes right back to sleep. I'm like, if there was actually an emergency, though, like, you have to do better.
I'm a sound sleeper, but I have noticed, because I had kids, that there are certain sounds that no matter how sound I'm sleeping, I will wake right up.
Mm.
Like if I hear somebody cry, and even if it's the TV's on and there's a kid crying in the show and I happen to be asleep, it will wake me up. There are certain sounds that will wake me up. Fly Girl Karen said she's always looking for info on starting a real YouTube channel, that she loves seeing how others do it and what their setups look like. I don't know what a real YouTube channel is. We're all real, most of us anyway. Some people do animation. They don't have their real selves up there. But I think for some people, being more authentic, that might be what she means. I I think the best way to do it is just to do it. It's just to do it. My first, I don't know, Tamara, maybe 50 to 100 videos, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to count them, but they were horrible. But I got up there and I did it. I did it. I was shy. I was anxiety ridden. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even know how to edit a video. I didn't even know what editing software was, much less how to use it. So I would go through like 5 to 15 takes sometimes to get 3 minutes worth of video.
I didn't even do that because I didn't think about doing takes. My first video, I'm literally sitting in my bed and I'm like super stiff and I'm recording on one of our old laptops. This was what, like 4 or 5 years ago, using the webcam. And I'm just like, hi, my name's Tamara. And this is my first YouTube video. Like, it was so awkward. I didn't move my head. Like, I didn't move my body. I was just stiff. Just it was so bad.
I'll have to go back and watch that one.
Oh my gosh.
I have watched some of your older videos, but I don't think I've gone back all the way to the beginning.
It's rough. But I'm not deleting it. I'm never going to delete it because I think that it's good for me to occasionally look at where I was and where I am now, even though I'm not like, you know, the best YouTuber in the world or anything like that. But I think that I've improved with time. You know, I'm not an actress. I'm not like an entertainer in that respect. You know, I'm just trying, like, my purpose is just to come here, hang out with people, maybe teach something if I learned something, share my excitement about some books, and, you know, meet people pretty much. So
It's the part of the reason. Well, she doesn't know how to do anything but clip the ends off of in YouTube, the bad ends. I guess it's an editing actually in YouTube. I mean, she says part of the trouble, she hates how she looks on the camera. I will tell you this. The thing that has worked the most for me, because I like being behind the camera. I prefer to be the one taking pictures, the one filming. I am not photogenic. I have to work really hard at taking pretty pictures or halfway decent pictures of myself and other people. I just, because my face is not symmetrical. I had Bell's palsy in my early 20s, and it paralyzed part of my face, the whole side of one. And since then, it's made like my smile is crooked. How my nose sits is one side is kind of, it looks like the cartilage broke, but my nose has never been broken. It was almost like I had had a stroke on one side of my face. And so I know that, but you know what? It's okay. I have a cup of coffee. And normally you see me start almost every video that my face is in with a cup of coffee. And that's because it's my, I guess, prop or crutch or a little bit of both. I pretend that webcam, that dot that I'm supposed to be looking at on the webcam is Tamara or Persephone or my friend Jen or any one of you. You know, I change it around sometimes, but I pretend that that's one of you and that I am talking to you and I'm having coffee and sitting there and talking to you when I talk to the camera.
It really does make it easier if you pretend like the camera's a friend. And that's like, I don't know, it's a kind of a weird transition in thought because, you know, you're literally looking at this like soulless hole, but you know, it's like a black hole. But once you start thinking of this as like a friend or a connection to a friend, or even like you are sending a video to a friend, you know, it makes it a little bit more personal and more personable. And in my opinion, it makes it easier to do this. I do not think that I am a beauty queen by any way, shape, or form. You know, I might be large and in charge, but I am still a big woman. I'm missing teeth. Like most of the time my hair is rough. Like, I'm not out here being a supermodel by any stretch of the imagination. But my crutch is the red glasses and the red lipstick. When I put those on, it's like, okay, I'm getting in front of a camera.
Yeah, normally
I do this.
With a red lipstick. I guess I should have. I have lip balm on.
Mm. But yeah, I totally understand not liking how you look in front of the camera. I'm not a big fan of the way I look either. I've had to try to figure out when I'm wearing, what I'm most comfortable in and what I'm not comfortable in, so that later on I won't be cringing because I'm doing this with my arms and like all of the fats just freaking earthquake back and forth on my arms, And I don't know. I just had to figure out what I was comfortable with and how to make myself feel the best that I could feel about the image that I was portraying without going too overboard, being like a super beauty guru, because I'm not.
But I'm
not at all.
You rock those red glasses and that red lipstick.
Thank you. They make me feel good. But I don't like wearing these red glasses for a long period of time because I think my face is a little too fat for them right now. So if I try to wear them all day, they start to pinch back here.
Karen, I'm assuming that because it's this fly girl Karen, hopefully your name is Karen. If it's not, then just correct me. You said chapstick's your only makeup. I'm pretty sure that the Irish lady who does the how to get your shit together, she's got some really great videos about all different kinds of things, how to get your stuff together. I don't think she wears makeup. I really don't think that she wears makeup. And Shannon is right. We are always our own worst critic. And it is the personality that we connect to, because Laura, yes, that is her name. And I couldn't remember her first name. I love her accent too. My great grandmother sounded like that. My grandfather sounded like that when he was drunk. You can hear the Irish in him when he was drunk. And his parents were Scottish and Irish. So that was a mess. But I really think I've noticed that I was reading and watching her name is Amy Landino now, but she's the one who wrote the book Vlog Like a Boss. And she says that people like an introduction in the beginning, a face-to-face, a greeting. You don't have to have your face on videos though. If you can figure out a way to film where you're a book or a notebook or anything, a candle and a pen and a notebook, anything that you have, and then you talk. And if you don't want your face on there, it will sound like a podcast, but it will look like a video. And that is best
60 social.
If you don't want your face on camera.
Yeah, Amy from Savvy 60 Social. Yes. And I think that there's a lot of videos that I've watched where the people are somehow behind the scenes. And, it just depends on what you want to do. And I like watching those, well, not really watching them, but listening to them while I'm doing something else, because then I know that I'm not going to miss anything that's on the screen. It's literally just a picture or a placeholder of some sort.
Yeah, I don't know why I even put my face on camera when I do coffee chats on Mondays, the Monday coffee chats, because most people don't watch it. They just listen to it. So it's actually more of a podcast. So I should just keep the video of the coffee. I don't really know why I'm actually sitting there talking. I could literally just do a voiceover to something. And I don't think most people, because I really think that at least probably 60 to 80%, or maybe even more than that, don't actually watch the video. They just listen. I don't know. Maybe I should take a poll.
You should. You should take a poll on your next video. That might even clue you in. Let's see how many people actually see the poll.
I know, right?
All right. Let's do another 20-minute sprint. Oh my goodness. Are you ready to do it right now? Or do you need a couple minutes to get into the zone?
Okay.
All right.
See if everybody else is okay. We'll get a consensus. I think we're all probably pretty okay.
All right. Are y'all ready to do this? You ready to rock? Aw. Dorothea, Burgess, I love watching you, your face and all. That's sweet.
Thank you. Okay, well, I guess we'll see, and we'll make sure that people still want my face on there. It's nice to feel like you're sitting across the table. I'm drinking your coffee in my house. Well, thank you. That's the vibe I wanted. I watched, I want to say it was one of the videos a long while back, a really long while back. And it wasn't a coffee chat. She was talking about writing, and I don't remember what video it was or what the subject was, but she had a mason jar of cold coffee. And this was a long time ago. This was before I started doing journaling videos. Really got really into the journaling videos. But she did a video and she had her cold coffee. And she was chatting about something that had to do, I know it was had to do with writing. And I felt like I was sitting right there with her. And I was listening to her, and I'm sitting there and I'm nodding my head and I'm taking a sip of my coffee and I'm like, yeah. You know, and that's one of the things that I realized when I was watching her and watching a few other people, that vibe that I got from watching certain people on YouTube, that was the vibe I wanted in my coffee chats, really. So I'm glad I'm glad, Karen, that you feel that way. That makes me feel really good. And Dorothea, you too.
Awesome.
Tamara, it's all your fault.
That's so cool. I didn't even know. Aww.
Well, nobody's ever actually asked me that. I talked about the origins of the coffee chats. I started them way back, but the actual vibe of them didn't really come until, you know, it kind of progressed.
So cool.
Aww. Yeah, you don't remember? There have been a couple of times, and I'm like, "Where's your coffee? Where's your mason jar of coffee? Where's your coffee?"
I know. Now I have a mason jar of water because I finished my coffee. Okay, let's write, y'all. 20 minutes. We're a little off, but that's okay. Let's start right now. 20 minutes. Write all the words you can. And let us know how it's going afterwards. Time's up. I had muted myself because it got loud and I forgot.
Oh, well, I had a
So I was just talking, like, oh my goodness, time's up. I can't believe it's been 20 minutes already. Wait. Burgess isn't paying attention to me. Am I muted? Yes, I was. Oh man, that was a good session for me, y'all. That went really well. That went really well. Like, I figured out some of the clues to lead to who done it, and I need the red herring or like the misdirection. I haven't figured that out yet. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's exciting.
I got about 250 words, give or take. But what I figured out was one of the twists. So I'm like so happy to have figured that out because it has to do with the mentor and the grandmother and some abilities. So I'm like super happy, super happy. I had to figure out the rest of the part of the twist, but I figured out part of it. So that's good.
That's fun. Yes, SD, I love it.
I love when that happens. I love when you like get that aha moment.
It's so good. So I wrote 400, how many words was it? Let me look. 409 words in the actual document, which closed out that scene. And then I started writing my ideas in my handy dandy notebook. Y'all know how I love these things, so that I could keep track of stuff.
You order them by bulk?
I do. I have 6 left in my drawer down here. I do. I like to order like the big packs of them. It's just more economic that way, and I know that I'm just gonna go through them.
I could have wrote more, but I had to go to the pot. I had to go take a potty break. You know.
SD wrote 301 words. Woohoo!
All
Shannon
right.
got 454 words. More character.
Excellent. You know how you get like really going, and then you have to go stop for like a minute to either look up a word or to look up the name of a character.
Mm.
And I figure I'd rather do that kind of stuff right now while I'm sort of plotting out things than to do when I'm actually writing the story during camp.
That's a good plan. You know what? I need to do some research on like commercial property insurance, because I'm trying to figure out if this thing is shady or not, but I need to know what the rules are so that I can figure it out. You know, I have like 1,200 friends on Facebook. You think I'd know one person who was in that kind of insurance, but I don't think I do.
Your fingernails look really pretty.
Thank you. It's Wet n Wild One Step Wonder Gel. I did have them painted like a light green color, but that stuff was super streaky. It looked really bad.
Stephanie said she got distracted, so she did half a page. Dorothea said her coffee got cold, but she got 700 words. Woohoo! Karen said she was editing a future blog post and trying to create graphics for it, so no word count. I don't have any idea how to create graphics.
I'm not good at creating graphics. My graphics are pretty rudimentary. They're pretty rough.
I need to write a blog post. I didn't write not one blog post all week last week.
You know what? I'm going to look and see when the last time I posted a blog post. Let's see. Uh, February 20th. So
I have been doing really good. I had gotten right back into the swing of things, sort of. And my goal is to do 3 or 4 a week, but I had gotten to the point where I was doing 1 a week. So I'm sometime this weekend, before this week is over, I need to write a blog post so that I have 1 for this week. If I can get on a steady basis of doing 1 or 2 a week, then the more I do it, the quicker I'll get at it. Karen says she's had to learn to use Canva. I've used Canva like once or twice, but I don't know, it was a little complicated to me.
I
But
like
all of
it.
that stuff is kind of complicated to me.
I use Canva and PicMonkey, and if I'm feeling really saucy, I'll use GIMP. And GIMP's like the free version of,
Photoshop.
yeah, Photoshop. I
I
was like,
have,
photo something.
I now have Adobe Photoshop Elements, but I have not played with it yet because I am still trying to learn Premiere Elements, which is the video editing part. So I'm trying to get one down before I mess with the other one. But this is the Photoshop version that's for hobbyists, for amateurs, not the Photoshop for professional version.
Mm-hmm.
I can't afford the professional version of Photoshop.
I have to afford GIMP because it's free.
I tried, and I tried, like I said, when I talked, I have tried for over 2 years to really get the hang of Power Director, Cyberlink Power Director, and I just cannot. I am still using Movie Maker on and off, and I just couldn't. So I said, you know what? I'm done with this. So I'm now trying to get the hang of Adobe's Premiere Elements. But I still don't know how to do a damn jump cut, how to edit audio, to do your, you know what I'm saying? I haven't found anything that shows you how to do that part yet.
I'm not good at it. So
They don't have, this is Premiere Elements, though. It's not Premiere Pro. I don't know if those are the same thing. But I don't know how the hell to do a jump cut when I don't know how to do that.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so who has seen the new stuff for Scrivener?
The
For
new
Windows
stuff?
users, they have a beta version out right now. When it finishes, you can pay $25 if you already have Scrivener to get the new version, or you can just buy the whole new version, if you don't have Scrivener. But it's going to have all the stuff, I believe, that Scrivener for Mac has. They are updating Scrivener so that you can do the corkboard stuff like you can in Scrivener for Mac. They are upgrading. So if you want to keep your Scrivener you have now, you can, but they're going to be upgrading it. And when they're finished with it, people who have Scrivener for Windows already will pay $25 to upgrade to the new version.
Well, I wonder when it's going to be available.
I don't know. I need to go back to Literature and Latte's website. You just downloaded the 30-day trial last night. Cool. I love Scrivener, and I would love to be able to do what you can do in Scrivener on Mac. But yeah, I own both versions of Scrivener for Mac and for Windows. But I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see what the reviews are to see if it's worth spending the $25. But I heard that they're getting rid of a lot of the bugs. I personally don't think you should have to pay extra money if you already own Scrivener.
That's how they all do it, though. If you want that upgrade, pay more money. That's how they get their money, I guess.
I think Scrivener's worth it, but I really don't feel like if you already own Scrivener, you should have to do that.
Let's see. Oh, gosh. Stretching it out. It's almost, how long have we been streaming? We started streaming 2 hours ago.
See, when I switched back and forth between computers, well, they were my own computers. I used what document? What do you call it? Dropbox.
Google Docs.
Or Google Docs, and I just did the writing portion, you know, just the regular writing portion, and I would save that so that all I had to do was add it to my Scrivener project. I didn't actually, you know, do anything fancy when I was on the other computers. That way I could just put it right back in Scrivener, or I had, like, I saved it as a Scrivener project in Dropbox or whatever, like because at one time I was using that iBook G4 when I was over the road with Mr. Rockstar. Mm-hmm. And it actually, before they changed some things, I could still get on the internet and stuff with it. And that's why I got the Mac version of Scrivener. And I would save it to Dropbox, and it didn't matter whether I was using the Mac version or the Windows version. Now, everything didn't kind of, you know, I had to make sure I didn't do too much fancy stuff, you know, but it worked. But I've noticed what I like to do, even with Scrivener, is compile my work, especially when I'm working on a novel or an outline for a novel. When I've got a lot of stuff, I like to save it as a Word document and email it. I save it as a Word document in Dropbox or Google Docs, and then I email it to myself so that I have it in my email so I can get it as a Word document no matter what computer I'm on. And I just keep updating it because I have been on a computer where I didn't do all that, didn't do all of the stuff, and I had a computer break, and then I had a thumb drive get corrupted. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I had all of the things that could go wrong. So now I email stuff to myself so that I can actually open that email no matter what computer I'm at. You don't want to learn. You don't want to lose 50 to 70,000 words worth of a novel.
Well, I just lost 15 when I went from when this laptop had to go to be repaired, and I had the other one, and I was writing on the other one, and something happened in between the two. But it ended up being for the best, I think, because what I'm writing now is stronger than what I had before. So it's fine. I was really angry at the time and upset at myself, and I felt very stupid, but it's going to work out to be a better novel, so that's okay. So how about we do one last sprint and then hit the road, Jack, because we've been doing this for 2 hours and I haven't eaten anything today. So I need snacks.
Between your phone, oh, you must have the little phone thing for Scrivener. There's no way I could write on a phone. The keyboards are too little. There's no way. But I'm really glad that they've come out with all these different things that you can put it on Scrivener on. You know, I think it's really cool that they've been able to do that.
I haven't used Scrivener on my phone, but I don't even really like to read books on my phone, even though, I mean, it's a pretty large screen. It's too hard for my beady eyes to see it.
Okay, I got reading glasses on the top of my head for when I wear contacts. There's no, even with that big, there is no, I do okay with the tablet. And if I had a little keyboard for the tablet, I could do like some note taking for my novel. But I really don't think I could sit down and write with a tablet. I have a hard enough time writing on a laptop because I'm used to a desktop keyboard. I have an ergonomic keyboard, and it is a big keyboard. And I'm used to writing on it. I am not used to, you know, well, that was not good. So I don't think I could do that, like write on a keyboard, like one of those little, you know, there's no way.
What I'd like to do,
I'm old school. I learned how to write on a typewriter, not a word processor, an actual manual typewriter.
I was just about to say that I'm in this one writing group, and this person posted a picture of this keyboard attachment that she had, but it was like a typewriter, and she had posted a video of typing on it, and it sounded exactly like a typewriter, but she said it was $178 or something. So I can't really justify the cost, but I want it. It looked
I've been
so
wanting
amazing.
one for a while, but I keep looking at my two typewriters, my little kitty one I have back there, and then I have a word processor up in the attic. My brother word processor is up in the attic. I have actually thought about getting it down to use instead of trying to buy an Alpha Smart or one of those hemming rights. I think they just changed the name of that. But you know, for when you want to write but you don't want to be online.
Mm-hmm.
There's one for the tablets. They're nearly 200, and the PC one is about 300. Yeah, I priced them. The one I priced for that um, typewriter keyboard, one of them was only for Mac. The other one I priced was about $200 or $300. I think that's right, Scott. I can't justify. I could save some more money and buy a new laptop.
I'm just gonna hope that this one lasts longer than the other ones. Knock on wood. All right, let's do this last sprint for another 20 minutes, and then let's say our goodbyes afterward. And then I'm gonna eat something, probably a taco. All right, 20 minutes. Let's write some words, y'all. Write everything. Write all the words. 20 minutes. Time is up. Well, that was good. How was it for you?
Oh, after I cleaned up the coffee. Yeah, all over.
Oh no.
Why I usually keep it all on that side of the desk. Away from all the important stuff on my desk, like the tower and the keyboard. I actually got going pretty good. I have realized I am doing that thing again where I leave a line or an asterisk. Now I've gotten really a lot better at doing that. So I can just go back instead of spending a bunch of time trying to figure out a word or figure out a name. And that's helping. So I don't lose my train of thought.
Oh yeah, I'm all about asterisks and writing in parentheses the name of the bar. Or if I can't remember a person's name, parentheses, cute guy name. I'll fill it in later.
The only downside is I'm going to have to wash my book cover now.
Aww.
I had to re-ink my fountain pen. It ran out of ink. Okay.
Well, I'm sorry our last sprint ended in a sour note for you. Mm-hmm.
Sky said her daughter was sitting on the bed when the timer went off. She thought it was her alarm. 1,000. I got about 240 words this time, so that's not bad. I think I've written a total of about 900 words, or close to anyway.
Let me see. I wrote 318 the first time and 409 the second time. I'm not counting the stuff I wrote in my notebook because I have no idea. And then 298 this time. So that gives us a total of 1025, which is excellent. I wanted to write 2,500 words on the cozy today, so we're very close to it. And I realized that I need to move a scene to the beginning of the book to set things up a little bit better. So I moved that. So later I'm going to have to go back and change things, move things down, but that was a good idea. And I realized a scene that I need to write out. So things are moving. I'm really glad that you were able to hang out with me, Burgess, and write words. And everyone at home, thank you so much for coming. And if you're checking this out afterwards, thank you for writing with me.
I would like to do one of these tomorrow night. Maybe not. We can do writing some if people want, but I'd really like to kind of do a sort of maybe jam session's not the word, maybe a chat session about Camp NaNoWriMo, and maybe like towards the end we could do some writing.
Okay.
But I would really like to just kind of with camp looming, and some of us, like me for instance, have sort of been off our game with the writing. I'm finally getting back into, and I feel a lot better about it, but not necessarily for advice, but we can, give some tips and tricks. But I just kind of want to keep on the holding each other accountable and talking about the writing and maybe, just some different things. We can do some write-ins too. We can kind of, if we want. But I really think it would help me to sort of like a live write stuff chat.
Okay.
Which I keep seem to miss. Tuesday night's like the weirdest night for me. And I keep missing them. So I go back through and I read.
It's okay. A lot of people do that. Sometimes I'll get people answering questions like 2 days later. I'm like, okay.
I'm like, well, I'm here. I'm just not here at the time I'm supposed to be here.
Do you want to do this kind of check-in Cap Nano chat on your channel tomorrow?
Whichever one you want. We can share it all. I can share it whatever, because you still haven't done your interview with me. I interviewed you. You have yet to interview me.
Oh my God. I honestly forgot. I'm terrible. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Whichever channel you want. I don't care. You tend to get it all set up a lot better than I do. For whatever reason, it always, my Google Hangout tools works whenever you Google Hangout me. Whenever you send me the thing, it works. But if I do it on my own, for whatever reason, it doesn't work.
That's weird.
So I don't know. I don't know what the hell. But
that's weird. And also that feels like typical YouTube stuff. Like, this never works right.
So whatever you want, I'm cool. Everybody's writing, because I can share it on my Facebook wall, and I can share it on Instagram or Twitter or whatever Twitter.
Okay.
So
what time do you want to do it?
We can do it the same time if you want. Mr. Rockstar leaves to go to work at 6 o'clock. So at 7 o'clock my time, which is what time you did it tonight, we can do it at 7 or 7:30. Whichever time, anytime after 7 is good for me. Because he's working night shift. So the house is quiet. I'll be by myself. There won't be a bunch of noise,
Let's do.
And maybe Persephone will be back home by tomorrow evening. I don't know. We can message her. She's having a rough time right now with her, everything going on with her family. And I know how that feels, because we're still kind of working through stuff with our family.
Yeah, that's just time.
Yeah.
It always takes time.
I got a stack of probate paperwork over there that I've got to go through and get mailed out Monday.
I'm writing on my whiteboard.
Amber, you sold the vehicle, got a tap while you guys were writing. I'm so mad I missed it. Something has always hated. What hates you?
Something hates
you? Well, she says, I has always hated me. I'm not sure what that is. And she'll be at work tomorrow. Sky said she'd join us around 8. Her hubby works tomorrow at 8, so leaves early, and the girls will be in bed by 8. Cool. The toolbox. Yes. I
forgot about the toolbox. Dang it.
The toolbox works every time Tamara sends me the Google thing. It works, and I can go in and do the Google chat thing. But if I go in through YouTube and do my Google Hangout stuff, the toolbox doesn't work for me. It won't work. I have to actually go in my webcam and mirror it, because if I'm doing a journal or I'm showing a page or whatever, and I don't do that, then whatever I show is backwards. It's mirror. It doesn't work right. And it's a pain in the butt. So I can't guarantee you I won't be in pajamas when we're doing this tomorrow night, but.
Well, how about we start at 7:30 tomorrow?
And
so that'd be 7:30 your time, 1:30 my time. And we'll do it. I'm writing this so I'll remember. So that'll be the 18th. And we could do it here. That's fine.
Did you make the views, or did they demonetize you? Did they take you out of the partner program?
Oh, yeah. They took me. They took me clean out.
How close are you?
You know what? I'm not even sure at this point, because I just, oh well. I'm just not worried about it.
Live chats are one of the best ways to get your view time. up. So if you hit their mark, even after this, they should be putting you back in.
Yeah, and I need to actually upload more videos. That would
That
be a
would
good
help.
idea. That would help. I have, I'll tell you what, if you could see like my notebooks and this whiteboard, like this whole right side is all ideas for videos. Like it's a mess. I'm gonna get there though, because I have too many things I want to do. Like I have this idea for Black Panther, and I swear, as soon as I was ready to do it, my face just like failed me. I was like, mm-mm. I couldn't do it as a voiceover. I needed to actually be on camera.
Well, here's the thing. Last Friday is when I went in for the oral surgery. And I was thinking I'd be okay by Monday or Tuesday. No. I mean, I could talk, but not for very long. And it was still weird. I sounded like I had like cotton balls in my mouth, you know?
Yeah.
Still swelling. Even though I didn't look like a chipmunk anymore on one side, there was still some swelling. So I had no choice but to I did a voiceover Tuesday, did a chat, and then I was like, you know what? This is so not. I went back in to edit it Tuesday evening or Wednesday morning, and I was like, oh, delete, 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 delete. And by Wednesday, I was able to talk, but it took everything I had. And then by after that, I was through. I was through. And I was like, oh my God, there is no way. So YouTube didn't get anything until yesterday yesterday evening when I did the live chat. And that's why I did the live chat, was because there was no way, I wasn't going to try to film a whole bunch of videos and edit a whole bunch of videos. And I was like, you know what? I like the live chats. Let's just do it that way. Now that I can talk again and sound like a semi-normal person, it was rough. It was rough. I hate having dental work done.
Me too. You were preaching to the choir on that one. Oh my goodness. Honestly, though, this was like the best experience I've had with the dentist in all of my years. And I think that it was because I did the antibiotic and went through the entire treatment so that when I went in, everything didn't hurt so much. Like there was still pain, but it wasn't as bad because I don't know. It seems like when I've had an infection before and they just yank out the tooth, it just like spirals. It doesn't get better.
Here's the thing. If you have an infection, the Novocaine, it doesn't work as well because of the infection. Right. So you still feel the pain. It's really hard for them to get it numb when you have an infection.
Mm-hmm.
And yes,
this actually worked. It was great. Like, I mean, great. Better than terrible. It was not the worst thing. I didn't feel like I was dying.
I didn't
talk afterwards.
They said I didn't have an infection, but I have the bone loss. There was this big pocket of where bone's missing. And they said that's why the other tooth in the back on the other side had gotten infected, was because I had this pocket of air where bone loss has happened.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm like, what do you mean bone loss? You get bone loss in your jaw? I'm like, I got osteoporosis of the jaw. That is what it. I'm like, that's what I'm thinking in my head, but that's not what it actually is. But that's what I thought, and I'm like, what in the world?
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's bone density loss or bone loss or something to do with bone density and bone loss, or I don't know. But anyway, I had big pockets in between, like there was no bone, a big circle of stuff, and you could see in the x-ray, they did this fancy 180-degree x-ray, and then you see big pockets, and it's not happening on the top, it's only happening on the bottom. And I drink a ton of milk. I get outside every day that I can. When it's not, and sometimes even when it's raining, I'll get out with an umbrella and I walk, even if it's only around the yard. So I'm thinking there is no reason I should be vitamin D deficient.
Right.
But then again, I'm 50, not 20, and I keep forgetting that I'm 50 and that I need to take vitamins now that are different. I need to take better care of myself. So Shannon said she'd be interested in hanging out tomorrow too. Amber says she'll see if we're still on when she gets off at 9. I'm thinking that's probably Eastern Standard Time for Amber.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be good. I think we can kind of do a combo depending on how much time you have, where maybe we spend about 30 minutes or so or 40 minutes, whatever, talking, and we kind of answer questions or do some tips or your Central Standard Time. Okay. Whatever and then after that, maybe we can do some writing, because we could talk about some writing and then we can do some writing.
Amber, are you in Arkansas? Where are you? But yeah, we could totally do that. Maybe like chat for as long as we generally do.
Well, see, we've been on here now for about we got on at 7, a little bit after 7. So we've been on here for 2 hours. So maybe we could do a chat for an hour, and then Nebraska for now, she said. And then maybe that other hour, and we're going to go at least 10 minutes over in the chat. So maybe the other hour we could do 3 15-minute write-ins, okay, which would give us 5 minutes in between the write-in to kind of let everybody have a minute of break. Or maybe we could just do 2 20-minute write-ins, or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I like 20-minute write-ins because I get more out of it. But do you prefer 15 minutes? Because
no, I was just trying to figure out, because I can go longer on the live chat if you want. Like, we could do it for an hour and a half to kind of give us a little bit more time for that. So it would be like a 2.5 hour total live video, give or take maybe 3, because we're chatty. But, that's up to you. I don't want to take all your time. I just, No,
that's good, because Sundays, let's see, what are the plans for tomorrow? I don't think we had any. If maybe we'll go see A Wrinkle in Time.
I want to see that movie.
I love the book. I know that it hasn't gotten a lot of great reviews, but I think that it's meant for kids more than adults, and I feel like adults maybe have forgotten that.
But I want to see the new Death Wish movie. It's already out. My dad was a really big Charles Bronson fan, so I own every Charles Bronson movie ever made. And this is a remake of his movie. So I'm super excited. I want to see, because they've done a lot of remakes lately. They just did the Tomb Raider. They've done a lot of remakes lately of movies that aren't super old. I mean, they're old. They're old to young kids, but they're not old to me. They came out in my lifetime.
Yeah, they're hitting up the 90s nowadays.
And I'm like, really? Didn't that movie come out in the late 80s or the early 90s, and we're already doing remakes? So I don't know. But yeah. All right. Well, I will see you tomorrow night at 7:30.
All right. So everybody, tell a friend, come back, bring your hot beverage, bring your questions, bring your
glass of wine.
And let's talk about Camp NaNoWriMo 2018, April. What are we going to do? How are we going to get through it? And thank you so much for writing with us tonight. Burgess, as always, thank you for hanging out with me. It's always so much more fun when you're here. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.
Thanks, y'all. Bye.